Namaste, so family. It's Sky Goddess, and today I want to talk about the change in beauty standards. Okay, the standard of beauty is changing, like everything else. Wealth changes, governments change, um, faith changes, our faces change, our bodies change. You know, our thoughts they change, how we speak change. Yeah, how we speak changes, and how we appear to the public that changes too. Despite how we try to project ourselves, people will always see us as how they wish to see us or want to see us or how they see themselves, perhaps. You know, what we do for work changes. Our jobs changes. Our desires change, they change. Our perspectives, they change as well. Our knowledge, it transforms, which is a form of change as well. The increasing and the decreasing and the transformations, they're all changes. So the focus has shifted. And, along with the shifting of the focus, will everything else, shift. And desires, they go hand in hand with you know what we value. That's Taurus frequency, so that's one wavelength for you, another wavelength I should say. So you got one wavelength, that's Leo and Aquarius. I've spoken about that specific wavelength many times. Okay, so here I am now talking about the Taurus and the Scorpio wavelength. Because that could be because we are in the year of the ox, that's Taurus frequency. Two for you. Two for you. Okay? Um, and then um, a lot of changes and transformation for this 36-year cycle. That's Scorpio frequency. Scorpio is that transformative change. And why it's a fixed sign? Because these changes that take place, whether Leo, timely, or Aquarius sudden, they they affect all 12 houses. Okay, and until another transformation comes, you know, things will remain that way. And so it's fixed in that sense. But when it is the divine's desire or the great spirit's desire for shit to shift again, yeah, which was already preordained, then things will shift, and then along with them shifting, changes in the skies, then will changes in our lives occur. So I'm not gonna say specifically that it's still the white people, okay? Um, but Aquarius is that frequency in demand right now, and Libra is an American white. They are more than any other collective of white people focused on justice. Okay, whether or not they represent that, you know, that's their focus. That's their frequency. That's their desire because it's their frequency. Okay, so most people, most I guess astrologers, would connect the Libran frequency to white people, and then you've got that Aquarius frequency, which is really more a collective of white people. Okay, and then you've got that Aquarius frequency, which is could be an individual white person, um, because that's a very detached frequency. So I understand the whole connection of it being an individual, with the whole individualism that Aquarius represents and embodies. But also Aquarius is also very curious, and that's why they are I know, therefore I am, because along with that curiosity, passing Capricorn frequency, they venture, okay, and therefore is the water bearer, which is that sign that ushers in Pisces, and Pisces rules the feet. Okay, though Pisces, they may tend to be very stoic at times, but these people are more like astral travelers. They travel mostly, in the spirit, in their minds, because the spirit lives in, its central office is the mind. The mind is the spirit's brain, and that's where Pisces tend to, be at most of the time. And I notice it really doesn't matter. It's a very strong placement. So whether it's a Pisces sun, moon, rising, north node, motherfuckers always be in the subconscious. It's a very strong and powerful sign, and no wonder, because it is the most mature and 12th sign of the zodiac. Okay? So I notice most Pisces, yeah, they're always so dreamy and seemingly detached too, because they pull on that Aquarius frequency that precedes them. Okay? So the standard of beauty is being shifted to that frequency of Aquarius. And I don't feel like we are at that place where we're gonna be stuck, on, dogmas and, primitive thinking in regards to one's value being tied to their skin complexion. I think there's gonna be a focus on healthy skin, but it's not really healthy skin has nothing to do with, your skin complexion, okay, or your race. All right. Of course, the skin types of these varying races, they require specific care, varying specific care, but it ain't got nothing to do with, the value rather has nothing to do with, race or shade. You know, all races, you know, and most skin types, have their troubles. And you've got people from the Afrocentric community who've got, flawless skin. Likewise from the other ethnic groups. So it's not to belittle, and Aquarius does not, okay, Aquarius does not, but that word just came to mind, and then it was just like discriminate, that's the word. Aquarians, they do not discriminate. Okay, and so I don't feel the focus is going to be on the shade of one's complexion, though we see that a lot of racial uproar has been taking place since 2008. That's the beginning of the first 12-year cycle, which I don't know. Yes, you're going to say, oh, I'm supposed to know. I do the readings, and when I'm doing readings or when I'm transmuting, I am tapped in. Okay, and it is not just me of myself just getting up and oh, let me just do a reading. Okay, let me just do a reading. Some days it doesn't matter how I try to get a reading done. It doesn't happen because the energies around me were just not conducive. And so spirit set up blockades to hinder, whether it's because of a possible spiritual attack and whatnot, because when you're transmuting, you leave yourself open to spiritual attacks. You're actually rather open because you are, tapped in, like I said. But maybe I do know, because I tend to, I feel like I do know. I feel like I do know. I'm not gonna say I don't. We always know. It just, sometimes when we don't want to say it is, it might not, be pleasing to most of those who are listening in or who will listen in. And maybe that is, I know I'm not indecisive. But it is though, that is so, you know. But Aquarius, is that frequency in high demand, and I feel like I just don't want to play on the skin complexion part. I feel though, because if you go and listen to a lot of my videos that I posted last year in regards to the rants, you know, um, me ranting about black people and so on, and my experiences with black people and so on and so forth, and cleaning up, my desire to clean up the black community, which I don't really give a fuck now anymore. You know, um, you will see that black people, you are not gonna get that praise that you're looking for until you start praising yourself. So let me just say, black ain't in, okay? Because knowledge is what's in, and if you want to check the ratio of black people to the other races who are actually literate to the point in which they can help themselves, um, in a literary sense, you will see that there are too many black people who are illiterate despite going to schools, and then they're going to tell you that it's the white man's world. The white man hindered them from learning to speak proper English. We English is what we're taught more than any other topic or subject in schools, because in basic school that's a prime study, baby, and they call that phonics. That's English, because that's the English phonetic alphabet. Okay, that's English. That phonetic alphabet that y'all learned in basic school, that's English alphabet. Okay? And then they went on to the spelling. And it was just basically for, probably class one, just, English and maths. Okay? And then, maybe in class two they throw a little social studies into that and little integrated science, and then class three. But English, and then moving on to high school, it's a mandatory study. It's mandatory. Chemistry wasn't mandatory. That was an option when you get to fourth form, and you choose at the beginning of fourth form if you want to do the sciences, the business, sciences and arts, business and whatnot, whatever the fuck they did with business, because I'm a science chick. Okay, science and artistic chick. So I'm a scientist and the artist, in other words. Okay, so you got people in these third world black countries. Black people are so wasteful. They waste opportunities. They waste materials. They waste food. They waste their time. They waste their minds. They waste their bodies. They waste everything. And then at the end of the day, when they've got nothing, they blame someone else, which is that Leo frequency, that childish, complaining, immature frequency where it's everybody else's fault except their own. And I find that these little black kids are so much better than these grown ass black people. These ninjas, okay? And biatches. So, black ain't in, okay? Leo, though it's in, the second house. So, Uranus is in Taurus, okay? You gotta know how to interpret them placements. Leo's in the second house. Okay, the prime focus is the second house. What's happening there is changing, because it's time for shit to change. I mean, even these churches. I heard church in attendance this morning, and I'm not sure if it was yesterday as well, Holy Thursday, and today supposedly Good Friday. And I'm like, they didn't get the memo. Things and times are changing, and they gotta change. So out with the old, in with the new, and that also includes Christianity and with spirituality, and that's gonna pervade and survive, the ages, especially the age of Aquarius. Because the age of Aquarius is hungry for Pisces. It's the water bearer. It's hungry for knowledge. And where is every knowledge? Spirit, the Akashic records. And so, Aquarians are in, okay? And, that means the smart ass people, in other words. Okay, so the smart ass people, they're in. Okay, this season. I'm going to tell you, they're going to be in for this whole rest of the 36-year cycle. It's been staggering in, but it's finally here. Now, people are gonna see the value of knowledge. So I feel like all them rants I did way before, time. Even my rants, my music, they're prophecies. I'm just waiting for the other shit to manifest. You know? But finally, people are gonna see what I've been talking about all along. They're gonna see the importance of knowledge, what Marcus Garvey as well has been talking about. Okay? Knowledge is power. If you want to hide anything from black people, put it in a book. That includes money. Okay, and there are, books that teaches people how to make money, how to be innovative. But black people don't like to read, and then when they fail, they blame everyone else but themselves. And then, they are so, black people, you are so pathetic, most of you. Let me just say that. It is so true. It's sad. But it's true. It's sad because it's true. Because I hear trifling hoeing ninjas, they always be talking shit about Bill Gates. It's just them jealous that they don't got so much money. Really, honestly. And, Elon Musk now being the world's richest, he's the world's richest man now, right? I think. Um, they soon pretty much start to hate him. They're just digging up and investigating to, accumulate some, data, whether false, or whatnot, to start on his case. Let me just say that. But, they're not wasting their time, Elon Musk and Bill Gates, they're still doing their things. Their things, yeah. Things. How many things y'all ninjas got doing? Y'all preaching about against Bill Gates and these wealthy people. Can you tell me the tell me about the righteous lives that y'all live in? Because y'all prophets, you try to proclaim yourselves to be, but you're not. Because you're wicked as hell. And if a lot of you could kill your mamas for $1 million, you would do it. Some random chick that you don't even know, you would do it. And then you would pinpoint and try to accumulate a flaw and say, that bitch's hair was not right. She needed to die. That's how petty black people are. So when you're ready to be wicked, y'all find the most mundane things to justify that wickedness. But what it is, you're just fucking jealous. And so black is only in for those who believes in themselves. Okay? Those who believe in themselves as black people, who value themselves as black people, who love themselves as black people. They're gonna be hunted for in the most beautiful way. Because it's also Aquarius frequency, that which is eccentric. Okay? And it is so eccentric for a black person to love themselves. It is so eccentric for a black person to dig themselves. Even if and when the whole communities and world is against them, they still love themselves, like myself. Because I gotta tap myself on the shoulder. Because I must say, my self-esteem did not come from people. Didn't come from my mama, because she ate me. But I don't care. It did not come from my sisters, because they hate me too. You know, it did not come from the men I've been with, because ninjas, they hate me too. Um, it doesn't come from anyone I could be possibly talking to right now, because everybody's messy too. Okay, so, and it didn't come from, the men who, try to get with me in public, because they try the silliest, pettiest ways to try to get with me. Okay? And as a matter of fact, they try the ways in which would rather lower my self-esteem had I had none. And that's, a technique that they use on women. So I can say my self-esteem is rare. The fuck did this self-esteem come from? It came from spirit. Okay, so it just really doesn't matter what people say or think about me. I have love of self, and I will always have love of self. You feel me? I will always have love of self. There's nobody I love more than myself. I don't know why I love myself so much. And the more I love myself, is the more beautiful I see myself becoming. So for me, my standard of beauty is myself. And it really doesn't matter who I'm more for change, shape shifting to, because I'm a shape shifter. My appearances change like every year, especially every relationship. Okay, I'm like a different bitch. My face looks different. I do my hair differently. Okay, in a way, it depends. And it's always way much better. I'm gonna tell you that. My body gets sexier, okay? My voice gets sexier. So I'm gonna say, like, all these breakups, they've transformed me, and they have just made me a better person. And it's good when you don't spread your energy thin. When you people like to ignore me because they think that I'm gonna be sad, but it's something that actually makes me really happy. I like to, I love intimacy, and that's why, I don't spread my energy thin, because I'm more of an intimate person. I like my connections to be really super intimate. So, alright, usually my only friend is my partner. But everybody knows me in the zone. They've seen me. I don't cower or hide. As seldomly as I go out, I'm still known. But like, who are my friends? Who do I consider my friend? Let me just say, because it's usually friend. It's usually my sexual intimate partner, because like, I don't want everybody all up in my business. That's some Scorpio shit. Okay, so Scorpio is somewhere there. So I'm a very intense person. Also very eccentric and quirky and weird and all of that. So it's like a time for me, to, feel super happy, though I was happy before. But I was like, this is not my world. I don't resonate with any of this. And things just started changing, and voila. It's the age of Aquarius. And planets are transiting Aquarius like hell. Okay, so we got the blessings in at Aquarius. So it's not the right time to piss off an Aquarius, okay? Life lessons also, are there too. So it's not the time to piss off an Aquarius, because they're gonna be your lesson. They're gonna either be a lesson or a blessing, in other words. Okay? And Aquarians are in high demand. The weird people who are not afraid to be themselves, which everybody's weird. But Aquarians are those who are not afraid to be weird, because they like the weird shit. And they like to highlight the weird shit. That's Aquarius frequency. It's like what everybody else is doing, that Leo frequency, the follow fashion copycat. Copycat. You see where that term came from? Leo copycat, because Leos, black people, y'all copycats, because y'all love to do your hairs alike, and you like to wear the same colors, and you like to steal people's ideas. Let me just say that. People's fashion. So like, say for example, I just decide to put in this bright purple color here. Um, when I first bought these, it's actually recycled here. Okay, I recycled the hair, okay? And that's the benefit in doing your own hair. You get to recycle that shit. So, um, God save and budget, okay? So when I first bought it, and I went to buy some Chinese food from some black people, and I went there and I had the hairs, the packs of hairs in my hand. And one of the girls, she was, she worked there. She was like, "That's the color. That's the hair you're gonna put in your head." And I know she meant the color, but people, they try to just be so smart by trying to go around the thing. Just fucking say, that color. You sure that's gonna look good? Just speak your mind. And so you know, it was doing and it was getting done, and it was like, even though the woman was doing my hair, because I'm very, well, I'm not gonna say very, but I'm cocoa complexion. She was like, purple. I was like reading their energies, purple on it, because most people, they think that these beautiful colors, they're for the lighter skinned woman or white woman, and just women who are of lighter complexion. And it's like they confine dark skinned women into a very boring ass box. So we should only use hairs that, are similar in, tone to her to our complexion. That's just some fucking prejudice shit to me. And so the finishing product was so fucking sweet. Y'all saw a piece of that, Though I wasn't online much, for that, experience. I wasn't feeling the vibe. I I wasn't feeling, social. Still not feeling so social. It's just the energies, you know. But colors are for everybody. Stop stereotyping. So a lot of chicks, who are dark skinned, they are afraid to buy colors like these. Because, everybody's gonna look at them and gonna be like, they're too dark for that color. But who the fucking hell cares? It's your hair and it's your money, okay? I mean, the hair on your head, okay? This, it's synthetic fibers, okay? But it's yours just the fucking same, okay? Who cares? And so that's Aquarius. Aquarius don't care. Aquarius do. They don't care, okay? Even if it looks crazy, they don't care. They just want to try something new. They just want to look different. And so for someone who has Aquarius highly aspected in their chart, it's like you being with a fucking chameleon. Or you being with, someone who is, an alien. Literally, Aquarius is the alien. Could be a literal alien, or someone, from another country, or someone, from another state or parish, from the one you're from. But they are aliens. It's like they change very often, them and Scorpio, especially them. And their changes are like sudden. You're gonna see Scorpio, and if you're observant, okay? You're gonna see that scorpion moving and then freezing to trick you. Okay? And then moving again. And then freezing to trick you. But Aquarius goes, wham, bitch, didn't I just see you yesterday? You had some red hair, now it's purple? Or didn't I see you yesterday? You had bald head, now you got a full head of hair. And they move in silence because it's that airy frequency. You never know what the fuck they're gonna do. And that's why I said they remind me so much of Virgos. They just work in silence. A Virgo, they don't like the company, they're the hermit. If you want a Virgo to be most productive, let them work by themselves. Don't give them a manager. They don't like that shit. They're the hermit. They're supposed to be overseeing shit. Okay? They're not supposed to be being watched. They're supposed to be doing the watching. Okay? And analyzing, because that's their frequency. That's their shit. Okay? So they work best alone as Aquarians. Aquarians are detached from people. They're attached. They feel. But when they want to detach, they will, because it's well, Libra is the scales of balance, but It's justice. Libra, that's scale of balance. You use balance when you're serving justice, because it's all about weighing, and both them scales better be on the same level. But Aquarius, that is balance. The justice system, they use Aquarius frequency, which is knowledge and balance. But though they're the scales of balance, okay, each one an Aquarian, okay, because Aquarius is balance, okay, as well as both could be Aquarius balancing, because that's Aquarius, because they are very like Gemini is very, I'm gonna say there's a difference between Aquarians and Geminis. I don't want to get off track. It's just this system, okay. So Geminis are jack of all trades, master of none. Aquarians, they master all them fucking trades, okay. They're ascended, okay. Moving on to spirit level. The shamanic priestess, the shaman, the high priestess. They're the water bearer. They bear and they bring intuition. Okay? So Aquarians, they're very skillful, and that's why I said during this time you're called upon to use your knowledge. So if you got no knowledge, okay, can't help you. Okay? So it's time to leave that Gemini frequency of being a pupil and talking so much and listening more and knowing more. Okay, that Aquarius frequency. So Aquarius, like I was saying, with the justice system, Aquarius, they know how to detach. That's why they're single. They're single. Okay, um, but the justice system, which is Mott, balances, levels those um balances, or balances them skills. Let me just say that balances them skills, okay? So it uses, that Aquarius frequency, which is knowledge, to know what is fair and what is unfair, okay? Know when something is prejudiced and something is not, when something is biased and something is unbiased. So that's Aquarius. The judge. Libra is the lawyer. Okay, but people, the judge is in high demand this season. And that's why I told people it's not the right time, Stila. It's not the right time, okay, to be shifty, Gemini. It's not your season. Look at this. It's Aquarius' season. So it's not time to be shifty, okay? It is not time to play the fields, okay? Because though Aquarius is detached, they are fair. They are fair and just because they they have ascended past that justice system, okay? And that's why they're fair and just, not just that liberal frequency, but they're also fair with that. And so judges, they're in high demand. Could be because the lockdown, and it seems to be a spike in the crime level, and so as well as a lot of backlog of cases, court cases. But definitely also, maybe this could also be spiritual judges to judge the the race of humanity, okay, the tribe of humanity. So judges are in high demand, eccentric people are in high demand, smart, knowledgeable people are in high demand. Okay, that's the new standard of beauty. I feel like it is more of a frequency thing rather than a physique thing, though the physiques too fall under frequencies. Okay, they've got their own frequencies, energies, waves, currents, and flow. But I'm feeling more, if you stand out, you're desired. If you are eccentric, you're going to stand out. Whether you're black, white, yellow, brown, red, really don't matter. Okay? I feel like this age is all about the mental, spiritual aspect of being an Aquarian rather than the physical aspect, which we know that whatever that is in the subconscious will emerge. Okay? So if you've got, Aquarius in your subconscious, that is gonna emerge. That is gonna just push forth and just shine forth, and you're gonna be the most eccentric chick in town because your mind, okay, the spiritual aspect of your thought process of your mind, that Pisces 12th house, the subconscious, that is who you are. You cannot escape that. To escape that is to destroy your mind, your subconscious. And that's, death. That. That's a transition. That's a transition. So scientists, them motherfuckers are smart, okay? They're in high demand. And with the COVID-19 pandemic, we see why the motherfuckers need it. Because biatches and ninjas are scared. But I tell you, if you wanna, you know, arm yourself against COVID-19, you gotta transcend to higher frequencies. Leave the negativity behind, leave the nonsense behind, and start focusing inwardly and doing some introspection and bonding, connecting with your spirit, because your spirit is what's gonna save you. Because listen, Jupiter is going to move out of Aquarius, okay? And it's going to start transiting Pisces, okay? And where is that? That blessing and that healing? It's going into Pisces, okay? That's the spirit. So if you're not in tune with your spirit, your subconscious, okay? And for all of us, our subconscious is very varied because each of the houses they connect, as well as the, planetary aspects they connect and, morph and change and twist and distort and, enhance in some cases the 12th house. Okay? So whether, even if, we both got Aquarius in the 12th house, the other placements for our houses and planetary aspects and degrees and all of that, you know plus where we were born or upbringing, everything is gonna still make us two different Aquarius in the 12th house individuals, okay? And then you've got the sex to consider and the ethnicity. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but Aquarius, a black Aquarian, I'm going to tell you, is a different Aquarian than a white Aquarian. Because, okay, the Aquarian frequency is white. That's already been whitewashed, okay? And, people are used to, especially from the black community, they're used to white people being eccentric and different from there. And it's not so obvious. The Aquarius frequency is not so obvious in the white race from a black person's perspective because they're already eccentric and weird because they are of a different ethnicity, okay? But for a black person within the black race now to be of an Aquarius frequency, it would be like a white black person. In other words, it would be as though they've got certain concepts or mentality that white people typically, okay, possess. Because Aquarius is an air frequency. That's thoughts and concepts. So that is going to be pulled on by the individual. So that Aquarian black person is going to be so weird, okay? It's like a Leo white person standing out, okay? Like Trump and his absurdity, it's just ridiculous. And it just a lot of white people are taken aback by his behavior because it's so not Libran or Aquarian, It's so selfish, self-centered, and unfair and prejudice, which is so Leo frequency. And we're used to black people being like that, forming gangs. You can't pass here because blah, blah, blah. You go to school there, you go to church there, you vote for that political party. That's black people shit. Okay? And if you're honest enough to admit that, you'll see it's black people shit. Okay, so when a black person is strongly impacted by that occurs frequency, they are a fucking black white person. Okay, let me just say that. Which a lot of people have said that about me, but it's really my frequency, and maybe that is why I took so much more of a fancy to actually learning standard English. Okay, I don't hate Creole, okay? I just think that there are certain situations call for certain conversations, okay? And so I feel like I'm a very disciplined and mannered person, well-mannered person. I do speak Creole, my siblings, um, my lover, um, someone I communicate with, regularly, probably someone who I pass and in the community and I communicate with that person regularly, because most of them don't even fucking understand standard English. Let me just say that. A lot of local people, and then they're gonna ask you, "What's that accent you're speaking with?" I didn't know accents distort people's words and their language. Well, to some extent, but we all have accents. That's the sound of our voices. That's our personalities. And if I were to speak Chinese, I would sound so much more different. If I were to speak Japanese, I would sound so much more different. If I were to speak um, French, damn, I would sound so sexy. That would sound so much different, you know? I would sound so much different. I would sound sexy, I think. I'm gonna learn some French. But I would sound sexier. Let me just say that. So, so that's that Aquarius frequency. It's very eccentric. So, black people, you're not gonna resonate with them, okay? If you are a black person who is strongly impacted by the Aquarius frequency, you're not gonna get them. Because black people also, they do not glory or revel in knowledge, even the most prestigious of them. That's just not their thing, that Leo frequency. You know, they are more of copycats. They are that kid who copies your name, your date of birth, your address, and every goddamn shit that is personal to you whilst trying to copy your answers in an exam. And the kid having the right exam answers, or the kid being copied from, is the white man, because that's what black people do. They copy from the white man. They copy but they don't paste. That's what, someone that I know would say. They copy but they don't paste. So they have no understanding of them laws that they try to, imitate or copy. Which is so Leo frequency. Okay? So Leo frequency. And so you find that, a black person bearing strong Aquarius frequency, you just don't gel well with black people. Even you love them. If you're not pulling on a racist, well, if the other aspects of your natal chart, they are conducive to that humanitarian Aquarius frequency, you're gonna be loving black people, because one, you find them unique. Though you look fucking same, you see them as being unique because you got a different frequency than they do, though y'all look the same. Well, saying the same similar skin complexion, but the frequencies are different, and so you're drawn to that Leo frequency because it's the opposite of you, of the frequency that you're bearing. Whether they've got Leo highly aspected or not, especially black people with Leo highly aspected, you're gonna be drawn. So don't be surprised if everyone you come in contact with who's a black person, you black Aquarian, they've got Leo highly aspected. As well as some of them could have Aquarius highly aspected, and you're really pulling on that similar frequency, like yourself, okay, which is one of knowledge and enlightenment. But you're naturally attracted to black people, okay? You're not one of them black people who love white people. You, not saying you hate them, but you are not intrigued by them because you already resonate with their frequency. It's their thoughts and concepts, they don't vary from yours, and so you feel like you know their frequency already. Your Leo frequency now you're unfamiliar with, though you look like them, biatches and ninjas. You're not familiar, and you want to know what the fuck is this cat frequency about, because you a dog, okay? So, but the standard of beauty that is coming in, I'm telling you, it's all about Aquarius. Okay? So, but like I said, a lot of black people are gonna get left out because it's not their frequency Aquarius. I feel like maybe just, black people bearing that Aquarius frequency, beautifully aspected, um, as a matter of fact, and highly aspected too. I feel like they will be, at the forefront receiving some form of, stage presence because it's, it's like a contradiction. It's like a white person in a black person's body who is also eccentric, if you get what I mean. So a black person with Leo frequency, they're living in their frequency, you know? Um, a white person with Aquarius frequency, they're living in their frequency. But it's like saying it's like saying that you are mixed race, but that is in spirit. So it's as though you're saying that your spirit is you're biracial spiritually. So you are spiritually biracial, okay? Because you've got the pigment in your skin to protect you from the sun, but you've got this beautiful mind of knowledge, that Aquarius frequency. And you know how to reason with those who rule the world, the system, the white people and scientists. So, I'ma say it's the time for Aquarians. I'm not gonna say that black people have no value during this period. The value is not placed upon our skin complexion, and that is why a lot of black people are gonna feel the blunt of this, because for so long that's where people's concerns and focuses were. And all of that is being shifted now, and the focus is really primarily on knowledge, what is within also the subconscious and people's spirits. And so, with a lot of black people having excluded themselves from that race, a lot will be getting left behind. And a lot of them are going to complain and say it's because of their pigment, their dark skin. But that is not, let me just tell you from now, black person, that is not what it is. Okay? The frequencies now, okay, that are being blessed is that Aquarius frequency. Now, whether you're white or you're black, as long as that Aquarius frequency is highly aspected and beautifully aspected to, okay, then you are going to get your time on stage doing this, not just this year or this 12-year cycle or the rest of this 12-year cycle, but for this entire age, which is 1,000 years. We have already transcended past some of the years, and that's nothing compared to what's before us. We've got 900 and something more years left. So your reincarnations, within this 1,000 years is gonna be, you know, beautiful lifetimes. And I feel like this incarnation that you're in right now is the first within the age of Aquarius. And so it had to be so hard. I know those of you who are strongly impacted by Aquarius frequency, I know that things have been really hard for you, and that is because you were born, this is your first incarnation into in the age of Aquarius, and you're basically paving motherfucking way for them other incarnations, okay? For your other reincarnations. So that's why it had to be this difficult, and that's what Spirit just revealed to me. It is now, 14:19. That's 2:19 p.m. The 2nd of April, 2021. Today's Friday. They call it Good Friday. I did see that earlier in the video. But you are not, okay, gonna be rejected because of your skin complexion. It is because of what you know. Okay? So a lot of black people, they're gonna get left behind, but that's because they hate knowledge. And a lot of you rather to be hoes, rather to know. Okay? So y'all, you take away that K, that N, okay, and that W, and you dropped an H in front of that O. Okay, so you rather, to be a hoe than to know, in other words. Okay? So a lot of you gonna feel the blunt of that, because I've been telling women for the longest while, stop being so, you know, whorish, and stop being such hoes and tricks, and so frivolous and so haughty, and a lot of them will say that you're fucking jealous, and that is what it is. And when people don't want to change, they try to justify their ratchetness and their wickedness with mundane shit like, as though these things cannot be bought. You know, come on. You wanna talk about the shit that cannot be bought. Like the knowledge, a good brain, the beautiful aspects. You know, the beautiful connection to spirit, the beautiful gifts. Them stuff cannot be changed and will never be changed. Our gifts are our blessings. It's like, being, coming into this lifetime is like our Heavenly Father, giving us our inheritances and saying, go on, my child, live and make merry and good use of these gifts. And some of us that we put them to good use, some of us we sleep on them, some of you sleep on them. Okay, I don't sleep on mine. Okay, but some people sleep on their gifts. Okay, and the matrix just keeps them in a coma and they don't want to wake up. I know I several times 222 soulmate. I hope I be meeting my soulmate. So, but like, oh my god. Okay, it must be this moon inside. Okay, I'm not that high. But what was I saying again? I don't know why I got distracted by that 222. Yeah. But anyways, Aquarius is in high demand. Whatever the fuck I was gonna say. Maybe I shouldn't fucking say it. Anyways, everything happens for I'm gonna remember what the fuck I was saying. Okay, I feel like I was done with that anyway. Um, so I think that's it. There's more, but like I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, where beauty standards are concerned, because okay, yeah, also Taurus is in the 11th, not 11th house, but Uranus rather is transiting Taurus, like literally. Okay, and you know what that means? Brownie blacks, shut the fuck up. It's Good Friday. There's not supposed to be anyone by the beach, even though I heard church deacon. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Explain that to me, Andrew Holness. You see these church people protecting the island. You see them finding a cure for COVID-19. The fuck you allow them to be having church for? Huh? I'ma tell you, they're the ones who brought this destruction down on us with their wickedness. I'ma tell you that fucking shit. Okay? I'm against Christianity. Bomber drop for that shit. Okay? I hate Christians. That's the truth. They are so forceful and they're idiots. They have no fucking sense. And that's why it's not an age for Christianity. Because let me tell you something. Them idiots are fucking idiots. Okay? I know that's very redundant, but I'm really placing emphasis on that, right? To show how fucking stupid they are. Because, I see so many of these young people in the church. They go to universities. Their parents, they come and they fast for them, and they go on with a lot of shenanigans for their kids to get into prestigious schools and get into prestigious universities, and go through universities. And when they fucking leave, they're fucking nobodies. What the fuck was that for? Why the fuck did you go to universities? I don't understand black people. They're the weirdest motherfuckers, and they say I'm weird. I don't waste shit. I don't waste shit. I don't waste money. I don't waste my time. I don't waste resources. So anything I'ma do, it's gotta be done for a fucking good reason that I can use, okay? Or I'm not doing it. They are nothing but bunches of show-offs. That's what black people are. And that's why they're so poor. Because there's this saying that goes, show off, bring disgrace. And that's why black people, they're stuck at that poor, impoverished level in society. And they're gonna be there for a long motherfucking time. Yeah, that's what Spirit said. Okay? Follow me on Instagram, Penny Kushu, Joso, Phoenix Rising. Go and look up how that motherfucker is spelled and follow me on Instagram. I might put the username below this video. Might. Okay? On it where I was ranting about black people, blah blah blah. Black people are under a curse, Deuteronomy 28. Okay? A curse because y'all so frivolous, whorish, and thievish. And y'all love to take people's things, you love to steal, and that's why when you're up in them white neighborhoods, the white people are so skeptical of you because the other ninja that was there was a fucking thief. The other biatch that was black biatch that was there was a fucking hoe. And so you go around all over the place and you just nasty up the black name. And then when things don't work in your favor, then you cry. You holler at the justice system. You holler at the white man. You just brats. I think that the world would be better off without most black people. The scripture said 2/3 of you gonna perish. I see that in my predictions for this year. There's gonna be a lot of fucking loss and death. I've been talking about that since last year, but I realized that all them predictions that I made last year, they're gonna manifest this year and next year. Okay, this year and next year under this ox frequency and the tiger frequency, and for the rest of the whole fucking 12-year cycle. Okay, the second 12-year. I'm gonna analyze the third 12-year, but a lot of that people gonna be losing their children, their babies, their siblings, their parents, their spouses, to divorce other bitches, okay, because whatever you put out come back to you because someone don't know how to get some of these ninjas, okay, can come back around to catch someone to play God in a lot of people's relationships. That's coming back to you because remember we're in the frequency of the judge, okay, so the ruling is being made. There's no jury in this shit, okay, it's just the judge and you, and it is time for judgment. I've been talking about that from last year and when, and it is here. You feel me? And this year, what do you call that? The physicality. Taurus deal with that. People going to see a lot of prophecies manifest in the physical. Okay? In a physical sense. Okay? And I'm anticipating that. Okay? I'm anticipating that. Okay? So, people have been, really wicked and wretched, especially black people. Especially black people. Let me say that. Yeah? Every other race is wicked too, but on the wickedness, it don't come with any logical sense or justification. It's as though someone don't want me to speak, but despite the many stuttering that this video has, I know nothing is fucking perfect. But I'm gonna put it up anyway, because I'm not wasting my time. But, you know, a lot of judgment this year. A lot of black people incarcerated, they blame the justice system. No, and the justice system fault are you because you fucking red eye and crooked and you're so lazy. You don't want to work for what you want, but at the same time you want it and you want it. No. The man who is willing to work for it is willing to wait for it for years. But you're not willing to work for it, No, no. But at the same time, you want it. No, I work for the good so. But that's how a lot of black people are, and that's why a lot of them are persecuted by law, and then they, say the justice system is against them. When I say white people are thief, you have a lot of white people who are thief too. Human beings, human beings wretched, white, black, Chinese, white, black, Chinese, Indian, Japanese, it don't fucking matter. Okay? But for you black people, your sin is covetousness and greed. And boy, I don't think I would want to have that as a sin. That is like the fucking worst. Okay? Because that made harlots of a lot of you. Thieves. of a lot of you. You know, the worst set of thieves too, and the worst set of harlots. Sloppiest sets of harlots. Sloppy seconds and sloppy joes. Yeah, that's what a lot of you black people are. And so the only reason why you're not gonna make it to see Zion this year is because you're stupid. So all of you black people who stupid, if you don't get with the jiggy and start to learn some knowledge, you're gonna get left out of Zion. You hear? Alright. So that's what I got for the standards of beauty being changed. This is more on a conceptual plane or level. Not really skin complexion wise, though that can be thrown into the mix, because like I said, if you're a black Aquarian, that's like your black white. It's like you're spiritually multiracial. So that is a double eccentricity there for you. Okay? So that is a plus. Okay? That is a plus. That is a plus. But the emphasis is not placed on the complexion of one's skin. It is only gonna be there if there's some unique variation to the skin or some unique shade. Okay, it's not about light skin, dark skin. It's about, alright, let's say for example, you have this unique copper shade, cocoa skin complexion. Okay, nobody no care say black. They're looking at the tone. You got a beautiful tone. The way in which the skin absorb the sun rays and reflect it. Okay, oh, it absorb them and reflect them back. Okay, I think that's the correct explanation right here. It absorbs them and exudes them. So it's absorb them and it reflects them and push them back out, and it's like your skin. All of us, our skins are like mirrors. Okay, everything is like a mirror. Everything absorb light and um, project back that light. And each being or thing or form projects this light that they have absorbed in a different way. Okay? And so you got the plants, the green plants with green coloring, they project this light looking green, okay, because of the chlorophyll in them, okay. Our bodies now, each of us, how we absorb the sun uh, and project the sun varies, and so each of us standing in the sun, there's a different shade and tone that is given off, even if even if we seem to have the same complexion. Okay, the tone, it varies, and so the tone, I guess, determines how the sun absorb and projects that light, that how the skin absorbs and projects that light that it absorbs from the sun. And so therefore each and every one of us, we give off a different reflection, where the absorption and projection of uh, sun rays are concerned, and even other lights as well, not just the sun, not just light from the sun. So stuff like that too. You have a very unique, eccentric skin tone. Okay, let me not say complexion or um, color. Okay, I'm gonna say more tone, or you could be Caucasian, and you have a unique tone or variation to your Caucasian skin, as well as black, Chinese. It really don't fucking matter. The tone is different. Okay, it's just different. Each of us have different tones, though we may be from the same race, though we may seem to have the same complexion. We have different tones, and that too. Pinpointing at that, skin tones are gonna take a center stage too, and that's why I saw where some people, their skin, though I said complexion, yeah, it's complexion because their tone is not gonna change. The tone can though affect your complexion, okay, because it's the tone that directs how the skin absorbs the light rays from the sun and project them. So the tone can affect your complexion, and with the changing and shifting of frequencies, those can change and shift the tone of our skin, our body. Okay, that's the vibration that our body gives off. Okay, and this the vibration that the tone of the skin gives off, that is um the complexion that it um projects. Okay, so that is what it really projects, your complexion, but it's really your tone that does that. And so you find some people, their complexion may fluctuate, but that is because of the fluctuation of their skin tone. And so now that the energies are shifting, you know, frequency shifting. Each of us are absorbing different frequencies, and therefore this is going to have an effect on our the projection of the skin complexion that our skin projects. Okay, so some people will be getting lighter in skin complexion. Some people have seen have been seeing changes in their skin complexion, and some people will soon begin to see these changes. And for some people it's more like their skin is gonna get darker. Okay, so and for what I'm getting from spirit, some people, even from other races, going suddenly find that their skin tone getting darker. And I heard a story about this. I think sometime last year, when which they injected this Chinese um person. I think they had contracted the COVID, and they injected them with a potential vaccine, and it made their skin get so dark, as though they were, as if they were melanated. And that could be something that's going to be on the rise. A lot of people, especially from different races, suddenly having melanated skin. So, and it could be that a lot of melanated people are gonna suddenly, have lighter pigmented skin. So that would be a, phenomenon, but not so much, because I feel like science and astrology can explore. Definitely, science and astrology is explaining that, it's the variation of frequencies. So I guess it would be a time conducive for some people. So, um, who knows? So that's what I'm gonna just leave it there. That's what I got. I might make a second video. Who knows? If I have more, if I have received more, downloads or epiphanies, then I will definitely share them with you. Namaste.